Hi everyone, this is Nadia. I'm an occult specialist that uses spiritual intelligence to empower entrepreneurs into a healthy powered life story to live a balanced life. Today I want to cover something really important that I have discussed with so many people in this world that it's almost become a bit of a joke. To a point I feel like I need to do a video on this because the more I've grown myself and the more that I have dealt with people inside Spartanite, outside Spartanite, personal life, so on and so forth, this is something that so many people, what's the words I'm going for? They come to realize when it's too late. They come to realize when they're naive. They come to realize when, the water's crossed the bridge or the water's under the bridge, so to speak, and they realize, oh, I was tricked. Okay, so we live in a society where you are told if you follow a set of rules, which I really want to cover today, you follow a set of rules and you'll be successful. It's the traditional sheep bullshit. You go to school and then you get good grades and then you're going to go to university. And I know it sounds trivial and stupid me saying this on camera, but stay with me because there are so many people who believe this lie. And then you'll go and then you'll get a good job and then you can't get a mortgage if you don't get a good job. And they believe the lies society. That's life. That's just the way life is done. It's the sheep way of doing life, but nonetheless, it's the way life is done. It's worked for people to a certain degree, and then after that, in today's world, people are realizing, oh, but I've done all the right things and not get ahead. The point is, it's not about doing the right things or whatever it is. The short answer is you're playing by rules that other people have created for you with their best interests in mind, and you somehow think you're going to be successful. Lots of people come and ask me, like, I'm very well known for building people's self-esteem up as much as I've done it for myself, building people's confidence up as much as I've done it for myself, or I had the natural birthright of bold, sexy confidence. But one of the key things that people often come and say to me is, Nadia, I was so good to the person, or I was this, or I was that. Life is what I said in my previous video to you guys. Spirituality is about not being tricked. People think they're very smart, they're very intellectual, they know everything. No, you're not, because you were tricked. So this doesn't make you stupid, it doesn't make you a bad person. What it does make you is someone that's open to attack, someone that can't really read between the lines, somebody that doesn't realize that people are constantly going to show up in your life the way you show up for yourself. Recently, I sat with her and she said, I've started a business, which I was very happy about. She wanted to start a business for a long time. And she said, I have X rates that I've put. I won't mention her business or anything personal, but I will give you guys the gist. She's probably watching this video, so I'm going to explain it a little bit more with what she said as well. I've started a business and I've put X rates, but people don't come pay it. Okay. She's talking all about what will the market like. It doesn't matter what the market likes, it matters what you like. There is a market for everything in this world. I said to her, the problem is you don't realize you're trying to please people at a lower end, or you're trying to please people at something. There is a market for everything in the world. Every single business, and I totally and highly recommend this to people, needs to have a sliding scale of money. All your products and services cannot be one price. They cannot be ranging in a certain price, because what you're going to do is you're going to miss things like low-hanging fruit. You're going to miss opportunities to serve people who may not have been able to afford X, but they could afford X. But in time, maybe they got a better job. In time, maybe their business started. In time, you have to be... Lots of people miss what I call lateral thinking. They miss lateral thinking because they can't creatively problem solve from different angles, essentially. Or what my mentor once taught me, the triple M multiple mental models. Like, how can you do this, and this, but all in one fashion, in one go? This guy got me to study a door handle for 2 weeks. And I was like, what am I going to do studying a door handle for 2 weeks? But best exercise he could have given me when I was 24. Okay, going back to the point of what I'm saying is, when you play by rules, when you seek permission all the time from people, they know that they have you exactly where they want you. There's places, and I won't give examples or whatever it is, that I have not sought permission. I've just taken whatever it is because it's mine. I'm entitled to it, which is what I'm going to cover in this video. And I'm going to make sure I don't keep it too long so that you guys, brain span doesn't go somewhere else. When you play by the rules, you are constantly giving your power away for somebody else to decide whether it is or it isn't, okay? So going back to the consultation that I had with a lady that came to me, I said, those are your rates. If somebody wants to pay them, they can pay them. If they don't want to pay them, they can find something else. What's the big hoo-ha about it? I said, those are your rates. That's what you feel comfortable with. But there's nothing. There's nothing. Somebody will pay $1 for something. Okay, set of keys. I'll give you an example. Here is my car keys, basically. I'm giving an example. It's not actually the car keys, but somebody will pay £1 for the car keys. Somebody will pay £50 for these keys. That's not possible. Yes, it is. You are talking to the wrong people. That's the point I keep making. But how can you have so much confidence? Because when you are confident in yourself, your product, your service, whatever it is you are giving people, it doesn't matter. They know that, that's up to whatever it is. And people will always know your worthiness. So we're going to go back to don't play by people's rules. If you set a figure in business, I'll give an example. If you set a figure in business, if you say something outside business, if you don't do business, that's totally fine. If you put a price on something, if you show up a certain way, if you demand something, and people can evidently see that that is not the case because your mouth is saying one thing, but your actions are saying the other, you won't get the sale, you won't get people coming to you, and furthermore, you'll drive people away. There was this post I saw on Instagram where, like I usually say, the women who are on Instagram, they're poodles, they just sit there with a little bag like, ow! I always say this, it's my signature in whatever it is, because they're sitting there with a little handbag like this, like, pick me, me. I want men to like me, I'm advertising my body, pick me, me. Desperation. One has written in the caption, I'm hard to get. Really, with a picture like that? Really, you'll go off with anybody. But women, I often say, and I used to know this woman, I met her at an event. And she said to me recently, maybe a couple of months ago, but why do men only approach me for sex? Because that's what you're giving off. I'm not saying you're dressing trashy. You have low self-worth and your expectations are in the garbage, in the gutter, the garbage, whatever you want to call it. I know a lot of women think men are dumb. Men are far smarter than you women think they are. Men are very smart in picking up things, and men have tricked women into thinking that they don't sense and feel. Men are very smart, I say this openly, and men know exactly what it is, where your bar is, what your boundary is, what you say, what you not say. Men are come into this world as boys. Testosterone drives a man to be a natural predator and a hunter. That does not make him bad, okay? Using that predatory energy for bad purposes, such as murder, rape, then you've got a problem. Even murder I can understand if somebody's crossed you in a certain way, self-defense. Rape is a whole different story. We won't cover it, or sexual assault. That's just an abuse of power and violence, basically. But the point I'm trying to make over here is that you can't be showing up as one thing, you're saying one thing, you're doing another. You have to be in alignment and congruence of what it is you truly are. This is not me sitting on camera and telling you guys that you need to be perfect, that you need to spend 2 hours fixing a backdrop before a video. I'm just sitting in my front room and I'm making this. Point I'm trying to say is stop playing by other people's rules. There was a guy who once said to me, oh, I don't think you can do that. That's too bad. You don't think you can do it. You don't think you can do it. I don't have that problem. I've never put that limitation on myself. Stop letting other people's limitations become yours. There's that saying, oh, being entitled is bad. No, it's not. It's very good. Entitlement, when you are just a lazy piece of shit, is one thing, which people won't acquiesce to. If you hold your power, people will be like, yeah, that's fine. We're happy to pay what you want. Or oh, wow, yeah, I'd definitely like to date her, or I'd like to date him. It's a sense of confidence. They're like, People don't understand that predatory energy is the higher scale of confidence, but people are using predatory energy in a negative fashion to hurt people. That's not what you use it for. People who are abusing their power should just put a bullet in their head and kick them out of the world, because they're doing a disservice to what that actual energy is. It's about going out and getting what you want in life. No shit taken, no apologies, no nothing. If you don't like it, barrel through away and move forward. Truly, most people do not feel that they're worthy and deserving of the best. Oh, I can't do that, or oh, that's too expensive. Or it is always tiptoeing around something like, why did you just come here to be a failure in this world and die? Is that what you came to this planet for? I say that openly to clients, and it's like, it's very confrontational. You know, most people sulk, they go away, they don't speak to me for another couple of weeks, because I have to, as a mentor, I have not won my awards for nothing, you know? I won my awards 5 years ago as the best mentor of the year 2017 for a reason. Because the confrontational questions I have to ask people, they're not going to like them. That's why most people get to a certain frame with me and it's like, no, we're done with this woman. No, forget it. I'm not dealing with her. Because it's my job not to placate you, but to throw that responsibility on you so that you rise in the mentorship that I'm giving you. It's not hand-holding. Yes, of course, I'm going to give you a roadmap or a guide, but it's the roadmap that we work together in helping you create. You don't just come and be like, right now it's like a dog finding kibble at the little dog bowl. No, you're gonna have to hunt for your own meat. That's what most people don't understand about the type of mentorship that I give people. It's not, here is a 12-step program to this, that. It's not predetermined. If people are looking for predetermined answers, I am not the person to work with. I will ask you questions, I will challenge you, and part of working with me is I'm hard to challenge. Not that I'm saying I don't want to be challenged, I'm hard to challenge because what I'm saying is correct. Essentially, when you play by other people's rules, you become their limitations. There was a man, I still remember, I was desperate for a job at the time as much as I was desperate for money. I can't say I was desperate for a job, I'll just be honest, I was desperate for money. So I wanted money, basically. I didn't give a fuck what the job was, whatever it is. I signed up, I was like, really, I have to work in this office. Obviously, I did not get it. You want to know why I didn't get it above everything? Because the man knew I didn't even want it. That's why you guys are not getting things, because the people you are asking things from, they know you don't really want it. When you show up as in wanting, and you know that's who you are, take it or leave it, people have no choice but to fall into alignment with that. They'll just fall into alignment, essentially. And he asked me, he said, what's your long-term goals in life? And I looked at him and I said, are you talking personal? Are you talking career-wise? And here I am on a job interview. I want to try and give you guys an example, right? And here I am on the job interview and I said, have an 8-figure company. Who says that at a job interview? I did, because that's how I felt. And you know, he was intimidated, as most men have been in my life, because their ambition has been lesser than mine. It's not my problem that I come to this world and my ambition is a lot. I don't care if your ambition is a lot, it's not my issue. I don't have to sit there and feel sorry for you or something. So what, move out of the way. I'll find people who are. And you know, the guy was very nervous because the thing is, he's thinking, she's not going to be here long term. She's just going to use this money, which is exactly what I did. I was going to use the money for X amount of months. I put about 4 or 5 months in my head if I'd got the job. Take the money, whatever it is, throw the job out the window, move on. When you play by other people's rules, most people in this world are very limited. That's the problem. Their limitation is they've made X amount of salary, they think they've made it. It's like that saying I've often said, if you play the rat race, you're still a rat. I remember there was this guy that once said to me, man, I've made 60,000 salary in the UK. I guess for employment, that's great. I said, that's it, man. That's what you're happy about? That's what makes you happy? But that's not me belittling somebody. It's me saying that look at how much money you're leaving in the table, or look at how much more you could be in your life. People don't want to be more in life. They're comfortable being losers and failures. If you are somebody that's ambitious, you need to understand this in your spirit. People are comfortable. They're happy to be a loser and a failure. Why? Because misery loves company. I can sit there and I can whine about my life. I can sit there and people will feel sorry for me. I don't work with people who have issues with victimhood. I mean, some people come to me and I shift the victimhood very quickly. I'm like, we don't have time for this. You can't be successful and be a victim at the same time. You can't be like, oh, full-time business owner, part-time victim. It doesn't work that way. You have to know what you want and you have to show up for it, essentially. And with most people, they're comfortable being losers, they're comfortable being failures. And when they start to see a person rise into their power, the first thing they want to do is steal and take your power away from you. How are people going to do this? They're going to call you names, they're gonna use emotional blackmail, they're gonna say all kinds of funny things to you, texts, emails, phone calls, blah, blah, mind games, fuck them. Kick them out, move on. When you play by other people's rules, you become their limitations. Stop limiting yourself. People always ask me, oh, how do you do your pricing in Spartanite? What I think is right. Oh, but this person's charging that, but I'm not that person. I don't give a shit what they're charging. They could charge 5 times more than me. That's fine. They could charge 5 times less than me, 5 times more than me. They are not Spartanite, so I don't have to worry about them. Most of you guys are focused on the external all the time. You're focused on what's going on outside you all the time. I don't give a shit what's going on outside me. If I don't like a certain type of food and I'm served it in a restaurant, it goes back. It's not because I'm impolite, because I'm difficult. I'm paying for the food and I am expecting good food. The type of restaurants and places I go to, I'm expecting high caliber food. I'm not sitting here and paying X amount and I'm expecting trash on the table. And it's a sense of people do not understand that there is a healthy sense of entitlement. There is a healthy sense of confidence. Because what people seem to interpret it is as arrogance. Oh, she thinks she's all that. How else are you going to be successful in life if you don't even believe in yourself? You know, we live in a funny world. I went to this place in April. It was called the five days of Vogue Beauty. So Vogue had invited us. I got an invite from Vogue. And I went to their headquarters in Condé Nast in central London. And I remember sitting there and there was a panel of women and they were talking about beauty and fashion and makeup, and they were talking about, oh, this concealer works on this face and you can contour this way. It's typical makeup masterclass. They gave us all a little goodie bag. I got like a Dyson hairbrush. I got like a really expensive serum that you can only find in like high-end department stores, those kind of things. And the funny part was some woman, I had invoked Sekhmet that day. Sekhmet don't give one bastard fuck about anybody. She doesn't care. That's why she's the goddess of war, basically, obviously in ancient Egypt and still around. And I still remember this woman said, you know, all of us struggle to look beautiful, to struggle with low self-esteem, and Sekhmet's like, bitch, talk about yourself. Whoo. I just sat there quietly. I sat quietly because we live in a funny society that's always telling you you need to work on your self-esteem more, you need to work on your self-confidence more. But when you are confident, people hate you. Why is she so confident? Oh, I want to tear her down. She thinks too much of herself. I grew up hearing that all the time, but because my inside was not robust, I couldn't slap people when they told me. I just thought, oh, I just shied away in the corner because I was like, they were threatened by my shine. People are going to be threatened by your shine all the time. If you're somebody that's energetic shining the way I am, they're going to be threatened by your shine. Who cares? So what I'm going back to and saying is that you're going to have a dichotomy whereby you play with people's rules where they like you. People profit from your low self-esteem, your low confidence, and you not truly knowing who you really are. They're profiting from it because they can use you, abuse you. They can trample all of you when you don't have boundaries, you don't have an understanding of anything. Furthermore, they're going to drain you, they're going to take your energy. But should you cross into what I'm saying about that 5 days of Vogue Beauty, where Sekhmet in my head is like, bitch, talk about yourself. Like, I don't have an issue with confidence. Look at me, look how great I am. But Sekhmet is saying it from a place where she's truly great because she's a goddess and she knows she's a goddess. She doesn't, yeah, people can address her as Goddess Sekhmet because they're just addressing her by her title, but that's who she is. People are afraid to step into that power. They're afraid because they don't have the resources inside to deal with people who are going to come and try and take that power from you. Weak people are always looking to take power away from other people. They're looking to bully you, they're looking to humiliate you. It's one of those where Someone slaps you, you slap them twice. They slap you twice, you take off their arm. They take off their arm, you take off their leg. Take off their leg, you stick their body in a coffin and haunt their spirit. That's the level you guys need to be at. That's too much for most people hearing this, because they're like, oh, the world is not. No, the world is really that. We don't live in them good, polite, kind times anymore. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being good and polite. Just be it to the right people. Show up for the right people. Show up for yourself first, of course. Show up for the right people. And stop trying to play by other people's rules and then wonder why you're not happy. You're not happy because you're trying to fit in with a bunch of people who laugh at you behind your back when you're not there. Because you are not yourself. You are not confident enough to just be yourself. Most people think I'm weird, like especially in this city. They think, what's wrong with this woman? Why is she not a sheep? There was a situation a few months ago, maybe not too long ago, I'd say, where are we? Last day of August? No, I'd say about June. And it was a back and forth. It was an escrow situation. I won't get into it. It wasn't a business situation. It was personal. All I'll say is it was escrow. We were dealing with a third party. And the guy on the other end thought he was going to rag me the short end of the stick because I'm a woman. And I knew exactly the way the man thought. I said, oh, okay. He thought that what he's going to offer me on the table in a negotiation is just going to be, oh, yeah, you know, she'll take it. No, fuck you. I want to take it. I'm taking what I'm taking. We came to a settlement eventually, but I took more than he was willing to give. Why? Because I'm not just going to shut up and take what people give me because I don't play by their rules. When you fight back, when you push back, especially as a woman, in society, you will be considered evil. Many people watch my videos and they think, oh, I wonder what she does to be successful. Oh, I wonder if she's killed people. People are wild. They just think that I'm sitting here doing evil things to be successful. I don't need to do that stuff. All you have to do is you have to know your worth. You have to sit in your worth. And we know, as every woman, I will say this to openly, that powerful women are always considered evil. Especially if you do my type of work. She must be evil. There must be something off with her. Consider the notion there is nothing off with me. I just don't give my power to people. And I don't engage and I don't talk to people who want to take my power away from me. If I know somebody wants to bully me, somebody wants to rob me, somebody wants to humiliate me, somebody wants to come for me, they don't even get a place. They don't get that. There's that leaving that door ajar for people. It's sealed shut. I don't care if you stalk me on LinkedIn. I don't care if you stalk me on Instagram. You try and find my address. I don't care. You're not coming in my life. You need to have that type of attitude towards people, especially in life where, you know, cabal is telling you guys now, oh, it's climate change. You're going to eat bugs. Yeah, meanwhile, they're flying in private jets and whatever it is. And y'all have accepted there's a climate change problem when it's cabal that's using HARP. Look at the floods in Pakistan at the moment. Third of the country's underwater. People are like, oh, this is so sad, it's climate change. You people are still dumb enough to think this is climate change that's going on in the world? The former PM stood up to cabal. He did not want to take International Monetary Fund loans. They fucked the country up. People don't understand how power works because, well, sheep, basically. They've given away everything to themselves. They got nothing in their head. They just, oh, we're waiting for the government. Like over here in the UK, before I wrap up, oh, you know, the energy bills are going to be so much and I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. And look, I understand people have their genuine concerns. It's ridiculous what's going on in every Western country, but I'm waiting for the government to sort it out. So let me get this straight. It's like a woman who's beaten black and blue by an abusive man saying, I'm waiting for him to sort out his behavior. This is psychosis. This is Stockholm syndrome and psychosis. If you cannot see what's going on in the world, this is psychosis. You can't see what's fully on the table already. Most people play by other people's rules because they don't understand that what controls this world is psychopathy. Machiavellian energy and psychopathy. Because they're too low IQ, there's nothing upstairs. It's like an empty dryer on repeat. There's no clothes, there's just nothing upstairs in the head to actually see the reality of things. People don't like to see the reality of things. They don't like to face the fact that this world is evil. What controls it is evil. You need to fight to create your place in this world. People have no fight left in them. They're like a Raggedy Ann doll. It's like this is almost empty water bottle. They're just going to drag it everywhere around. People dragging you everywhere around. Stop letting people drag you around. Take a scissor or garden shears, cut the rope. If they come for you, smack them. That's where you need to be if you want to follow your own rules in life. It's easier to follow somebody else's rules. Why is it easier to follow someone else's rules? Because you don't have to take responsibility for your life. When you fully start to actualize and take responsibility for your life, you won't have to play by other people's rules.